All I ever wanted in this world is carnage.
Lee Price had a rough life growing up, being bullied as a child and seeing his mother being constantly beaten up by his father. Lee is more monstrous than the Venom symbiote itself. A decorated Army Ranger with a tragic and violent past, he obtained the Venom symbiote in a chance encounter while attempting to sell his services to the criminal underworld, a job given to him by his childhood friend Tony. Lee then killed Tony and a homeless man who had been used as a host by the symbiote to keep his transformation into Venom a secret, disposed of the corpses, and took the delivered packages for himself. Returning to his Brooklyn apartment, Lee contemplated on how to use his newly found power to his advantage. Reveling in his newfound power, Price set out to become a kingpin of organized crime. And after spending so much time as a true superhero, the Venom symbiote does not want to go back to a life of crime. The comic book version of Anne Weying is Eddie Brock's ex-wife, who left him after he developed the obsession with Spider-Man that would ultimately lead to him becoming Venom. When Anne's work as an attorney found her entangled amongst New York's criminal underworld, she was caught in the crossfire of a hit on her client. Anne was shot and only managed to avoid being killed outright by blocking most of the buckshot with her briefcase. Anne was hospitalized and given surgery. Eddie informed Anne that the Venom symbiote could heal her. And as Anne's vital signs declined, the symbiote reluctantly separated from Eddie and bonded to her. Anne awakened and transformed into the monstrous she-Venom, threatening to eat the thugs unless they left. When the thugs were undeterred and eagerly declared their intent to rape her, Anne embraced the symbiote's bloodlust and brutally slaughtered them. When Eddie managed to compel the symbiote to return to him, Anne came to her senses and was horrified by what the symbiote's dark will had caused her to do. Eugene Thompson is a bully-turned-selfless soldier better known as Flash Thompson. Initially the high school tormentor of Peter Parker. The US military got their hands on the symbiote and planned to weaponize it. After many failed trials, the symbiote was assigned to Corporal Eugene Thompson. Flash, who had lost his legs during his time serving overseas, used the symbiote to recreate prosthetic legs and took on the name Agent Venom. He could only be bonded to the symbiote for 48 hours at a time. Flash lost the symbiote. He ultimately gained a new symbiotic companion and became Agent Anti-Venom. Dying at the hands of the Red Goblin, Flash's consciousness survived in the symbiote hive mind, and his body was later resurrected, returning him to fighting form as Agent Anti-Venom. Flash was part of superhero teams such as the Secret Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy. When one door closed for the symbiote, another one opened. After being rejected by Spider-Man, the symbiote latched onto Eddie Brock, a man with nothing to lose. After being fired from the Daily Globe newspaper, going through a divorce, being disowned by his father, and getting a terminal illness, Eddie was a shell of his former self. The most famous host of the Venom symbiote, Eddie Brock, has undoubtedly spent more time in the role than anybody. Beginning as a psychotic villain born from Brock and the aliens' combined hatred for Spider-Man, the original Venom evolved over time into a vigilante anti-hero and lethal protector. Brock has a special bond with the creature, with the two recognizing each other as halves of a composite being and referring to themselves in the plural, we. Eddie Brock and Venom make a deadly combination and serve as one of Spider-Man's greatest foes in existence. It was revealed in Deadpool's Secret Wars that Deadpool was actually the first human host of the symbiote before even Peter Parker himself, which also explained the symbiote's aggressive and unstable behavior with later hosts. The symbiote returned to Deadpool in Deadpool, Back in Black, giving the Merc with the mouth all of Spider-Man's abilities. The pair worked well together, taking down homegrown and galactic villains alike. Although his participation in the affair has been erased from the memories of all who were involved, Deadpool was present when an assortment of Marvel's heroes and villains were transported to Battleworld during the Secret Wars. But when the symbiote tried to kill Spider-Man, Deadpool refused, causing it to separate from him and flee.